And welcome back to Midday with the Rog on 103.5 WCCH, the best in variety. Good to be back, ready for another week. You know, some sports updates coming your way. I'm glad to be back. Today is a pretty nice day in Holyoke, Massachusetts, and Massachusetts around. I know we're getting into that fall season now, so things are like, things are getting a little colder, here and there. So, bundle up. Like my boss, Patrick LaBelle, says. I think he says giddy up, whatever. But, I'm glad that, we're getting into that type of season. Fall is actually my dad's favorite season. So, that's something to, random, but to bring up. And, sooner rather than later, wintertime will come around. I know fall's like just getting started, but no, I just thought I would mention that. I got a guest coming on in a few minutes, and right now I'm going to get started off a little bit. There's some injuries, when it comes to the NFL. Fred Warner for the San Francisco 49ers is out for the rest of the season. Unfortunately, that's a huge loss. He got injured last week, which wasn't really great to see. And of course, when someone gets hurt, that's not the best thing. You hate seeing people get hurt. So that was obviously not the best thing you wanted to see. When it comes to injuries, that the Giants had a pretty decent week. I'm just getting up Fred Warner's injury. As of right now, George Kittle is expected to return for the 49ers coming up this week as well. Fred Warner carted off. He had an ankle injury, gruesome ankle against the Buccaneers. That's a huge loss for them. Obviously, when it comes to injuries, the Niners have had, quite a few. So that's obviously not what you want to see from a 49ers aspect and perspective. But prayers up for him. I heard that Lamar Jackson is tentatively might be making his return this week as well for the Ravens. So that's something big to look out for. He's been out for the last few weeks, so that's not really been, great for him. But the Ravens could use him back. I know after the bye week, they have the bye week this week. The Ravens could use him back. If they're going to make a run, they need Lamar back, of course. And maybe Lamar picks it up a little bit and things change around for the Ravens aspect of things. So, but there could be a chance that he could return after the bye week for the Ravens, which is this week 7. I know today they had the opening before post-game opening stuff, or not post-game, after-season press conference with Aaron Boone and Brian Cashman. I'm hearing that Anthony Volpe will probably start next season on the IL. He's having surgery. Just thought I would bring that up as well. And, that's another thing to mention. The Yankees, now it's been, I want to say, this was their 16th, 17th year. They haven't won a World Series since 2009, so the heartbreak keeps continuing. They got knocked out about a week ago by the Toronto Blue Jays that are down 2-1 right now. They won last night. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., George Springer, and many others had a great game. They bounced back. Game 4 is tonight. Scherzer and Castillo are the Game 4 starters in Seattle. Tried out to say that Toronto definitely needed that game. They showed out their offense. They woke up. And last night, Shane Bieber had his stuff, too, as well. And the Blue Jays offense just exploded, and things just started, going well for Toronto. Game 4 is tonight, as well as the NLCS continues tonight with the Los Angeles Dodgers up 2-0 on the Milwaukee Brewers, the defending World Series champions. Dodgers looking to repeat. They're clearly on a mission, obviously. Tonight, the pitching matchup there is Ashby against Glasnow. The Dodgers looking to go up, 3-0, and the Brewers looking to salvage this game against the Dodgers. And aspect of saying that, this is a big game, of course, for the Dodgers. Yesterday was an off day for them as well, because the only game last night was the Toronto and Seattle game, which Toronto ended up taking advantage of a 5-run, I want to say 4th or 5th inning, and that just led to a Toronto just breakout of offense. So that was good to see for them. Maybe Seattle pulls it off, though. I mean, maybe they do surprise Toronto. These series so far have been weird, so I want to see how the rest of it goes in the next few days, before we get to the Fall Classic, the World Series. Actually, I think I have someone that just came.
Special guest.
We have a special guest, Flynn. What's your last name?
Paul is my
Flynn
last
Paul.
name.
Welcome to the show.
Oh, wait, quick photo op. Ready?
My boss is giving a photo right now.
Live photo op on air, baby. All right, have fun.
Thank you,
So Flynn, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me on.
No problem. How you doing today?
I'm doing all right. A little tired, but pretty
I
good.
get that.
Pretty good.
So what's your title here at HGC? What do you do, and what's your major? Tell me a little bit about you.
So I am a student first and foremost. I am a biology major. Right now I'm taking a lot of math heavy classes. I am in calculus and chemistry. I'm also a NSF STEM scholar. So I have that class Fridays, and we do little projects and stuff. That class is very discussion based, which I enjoy. And then besides being a student, taking classes, whatever, all that fun stuff, I am one of the student assistant managers here at the station. And so with that, I just make sure all the live DJs are, running well, they know what they're doing, are coming to their shows, and I help Pat out, who's the general manager of the station. And something else I've been starting to do a little bit more is updating our website. And so if people go on there, they can see the schedule of when all the DJs are live on air. And by Halloween, I want to update the gallery and put our group photo up there and stuff like that. So it'll be more up to date with current members and stuff like that.
You meant the group photo we took. What was it? Was it last week or was it this week? I don't remember.
It was last week.
Yeah, we usually have radio club meetings here from 10 to 11. Is it every Wednesday or is it
It is every Wednesday, and it's 11 to 12.
Yeah, I even got the time wrong.
all good.
Got the time wrong because things have just been nuts. I've usually been starting my show late now too, because I'm just so slammed when it comes to schoolwork. Even when I go home, I gotta still do more things. So
oh, trust me, I know.
It's now I feel I enjoy going to work when I go to work now. When I work at Wooden Tab tomorrow and Saturday, I enjoy doing that now more than going to school. So, but and actually, because things are getting tough. When it comes to school now, I mean, I would say more my computer applications class is getting tough, for sure.
What are you doing there?
Actually, there's things called independent challenges, which is what you do on your own, and then obviously the tests, and then there's this one big test probably for everything that you learned during whatever the topic is, what could be Excel, PowerPoint, Access, you name it. But no, it's just I've definitely enjoyed doing that more, going to work now than doing.
What's your major here?
I'm a communications major. I want to be a sports broadcaster.
I think you'd be great at that.
I hope. That'd be cool. I've wanted to do that since I was in second grade. So what drove you to come to Holyoke Community College?
My older brother, actually. He goes here. He started, I forget when, but a year or two before I did. He's 3 years older than me. And he was the very first one to continuously go to college in our family. Because my mom went to Stick, but she never got a degree or anything. And so it was a little difficult navigating how to start here. But my older brother came here and he was telling me how he likes it, like the community and all the support here. I love it too. And I ended up finding a transfer program here, or no, a transition program. Transition to College and Careers, or TCC, is where I started, I believe, in 2022. I don't remember if it was fall or spring. But I had moved back to Massachusetts in 2021 because I lived in Georgia for 6 years. And so,
Wow.
yeah, it was a big change. So I took a year
My
off.
sister-in-law and her family, they grew up in Georgia as well.
What area?
I don't know exactly, but I do know that they lived there for a while.
I was in Columbus. It's like an hour from Atlanta or so. I know Atlanta's like the main city that people know.
Atlanta's the main part of Georgia for sure.
But
no, I mean that's cool. What do you what's it like being like right now, like doing stuff in the radio station and being like a big part of WCCH? You know, obviously helping out Pat, but you're like the second head of the station. So how does that like work out? I'm assuming that schedule's really busy.
yeah, I love it though. I love all of the little things that we do. And my role here is to try to make it a little bit easier on everybody. And so I love organizing things. That's
Sure.
probably my OCD talking. But I try to have like a little trickle-down effect. So like Pat obviously is like the head, you know. And then I'm kind of under him with a couple other assistant managers. We have Andrew and Damon. And so...
Oh, yeah, DJ Damon T.
Mm-hmm. And so, I kind of just help with the distribution of, like, projects so that everybody's not overloaded. Because I know, you know, obviously school's a lot, classes are a lot, midterms are here. So it's like, I want to keep everybody afloat, you know, but also still give them the opportunity to have something fun like this. And not make it too stressful, you know.
So what year is this for you now?
This is my third or fourth. I've been here 5 semesters, so whatever that is in years. I get them confused.
Well, yeah, if that's the case, you probably started I'm guessing I'd say a few years back.
I matriculated, because the transition program that I did was, like I didn't have a major declared. And so I declared my major fall of 23, I believe. I've been here since then.
That's good, though. I mean, do you have any plans for after this?
We're working on it. I am a Pathways student as well. So I work with Camille. I'm a little behind with, like, transfer stuff. I should probably...
That's understandable, though.
Look into it a little bit more. I think I'm going to be done here. I think we're trying to get me out the spring or fall of 26. So very soon. I'm a little nervous to go. I like it here. I'm a little nervous for like a 4-year, but I think she's been gearing me towards smaller universities like Mount Holyoke. But I got to do more research on that. My goals, though, are... like I said, biology major, and I would like to specialize in herpetology, which is reptiles and amphibians, hence my DJ name, Frogboy Flynn. And I want to work in, like, conservation and stuff around those organisms. And then as far as the radio stuff that I've been doing, I want to take it with me and kind of build, like, a platform for myself and to uplift other voices and, like, scientific communication. A little bit of everything, you know.
So after this, you're gonna are you transferring somewhere else, or?
Yeah, I just don't know where yet.
Yeah, you said something about Mount Holyoke.
Yeah, that's one of them. Just like preferably a smaller campus, so I can have some more support there. I'm just nervous in general though, because college, you know, is a lot, and I don't want to box myself in anywhere. So that's been my struggle, is like where I go, what classes I take, you know, next steps kind of. It feels very heavy, but I'm trying to take it in increments and doses and not like overload myself with that.
Yeah, sure. There's like a few spots like I might like that I got in mind, like unless I stay here for like a year or two. But I think like maybe like WSU or like I don't know, like Western New England, Springfield College, like something like that. Like as long as they have like a communications, like I know that Westfield State does, like they have like a whole like broadcasting booth. I've already seen it already. But like no, like there's something like that, obviously. Like that's what I probably would have like in mind, like if I want to like keep on like further in my education, which I definitely do. But no, that's all good. So how is like with classes this semester, has it been like, I'm guessing it's been intense, like obviously I'm getting that from a lot of people. I think 50 people in the station too, and I totally get it. But like you said, you're taking a bunch of math courses.
Yep, I'm in Calculus 1 and the Chem 121, so like the first Chem for STEM majors. So lots of math, lots of memorizing different like chemical formulas and stuff. So very science heavy, very math heavy, which I don't mind, but it is a challenge, you know, especially when like the numbers are imaginary or like you're working with like numbers and or like letters, whatever. Like you mix like 7x, whatever. It confuses me and stuff, but I'm doing all right. I have some chemistry work to do, so I can't stay on the whole time, but
No, 100%. I'm glad that you came on. Anything else you got before I let you get back to work?
I don't think so. I'll just say keep on the lookout for updates on like the Instagram.
Yeah, WCCH 1035. Look at us up on Instagram.
Yep. Follow us on there so we can get to 1,000 so we can go live. Because I tried to do that like
I've seen that with you and Pat. You guys have definitely done that. Like I think it was like during the summer before like anyone came before the fall semester. Like I saw you guys doing some type of live stream or whatever.
It was like right before the semester started. Because my plan and like my hope for that was to have people go live during their show. So if people are interested in becoming a DJ, they can see kind of how the process is behind the scenes in here in the actual booth. And we tested it. It was fine. It let us go live for like, I think it's 2 minutes or so we were there, like 2 to 4 minutes we were live. And then when I actually tried to go again, it told me that I couldn't because we didn't have 1,000 followers. So
that's weird. Just because you don't have a certain amount of followers.
I know. Like it had to have changed like a week or so after we tested it, which was, you know, fantastic. So thanks, Instagram.
Well, I mean, it let you do it, but then
it didn't.
Just because you don't have a certain amount of followers, they didn't let you like go back and do it again. But they didn't have a problem with it the first time, so that's weird.
Yeah. So I don't know, you know, what on Instagram's end changed.
I know that Pop Stealing actually, he's live streamed before, and he's had people view from like the UK or something like that. I don't know if he's told you about that.
Yeah,
but we've seen that before. And by Puddle of Mud, and then we want by like sometimes a few my friends ask like, "I'll play how many like more viewers do you get like in a little bit, et cetera, you know, sports, even if it's like a live stream, especially like you can even ask him. He had a few people college football like, the UK, which is like a million hours like LSU.
Yeah,
so, is at Vanderbilt. No, you know, just something to watch out for, and yeah, keep. I think that LSU. WCCH on Instagram. I don't know what the other platforms are. And go on
YouTube,
to be 5-1. I know that the college
the
season,
actual website where you can find
it's
most
going
of
well.
the information.
You know, so far,
I update it, which
we're
will be by
gonna look to see what
Halloween,
happens
like,
in the upcoming weeks
I'm
as well.
On
We got a
making
few
my
other
own,
games that I
like,
jotted down. We got Ole
Instagram
Miss and
post that I'm gonna be
Georgia.
tagging the station in and stuff like that.
This game's
like,
gonna be something.
What I've been doing on my end, but Halloween is kind of like my goal of getting my stuff
playing
out
well.
there.
They're 5-1, number 9 against 6-0
know
Ole
what I've
Miss.
been doing my end and bringing more attention to the
Eli
station.
Manning and
like,
Jackson Dart.
I got to do more of that
went
because
to
I'm
Ole
one of
Miss,
the assistant managers.
Ole Miss alumni.
Kind of been lacking in that regard. But
that game's going to be something to see.
Halloween is like my deadline for myself.
You know, LSU Vanderbilt that I mentioned. We have Texas and Kentucky.
Yeah.
But you know, there's always as well coming up this week. We got Tennessee and Alabama. Thank you for coming on, guys. We're gonna go to our first break, and we're gonna come back
Texas
with more sports.
Thank you for having me.
And Arkansas. Stay tuned to Midday with the Rod as well. So we got some games going on, BC and UConn as well. So we definitely got some games to look forward to coming up this weekend. Louisville and Miami. Bruins and Golden Knights. coming up tonight. Bruins looking to go to 4-1 on the season. A 10 o'clock start on Nesson. So for all you Bruin fans out there, they're 3-1 right now. The season is just getting started. They lost a few days ago to the Lightning, but looking to bounce back tonight and go to 4-1. Still a long season, for the NHL that just got kicked off, that just got started. So we're gonna, give updates, here and there. Thank you to Flynn for coming on the show. I'm going to do a PSA as well right now, and we're going to continue on with some more sports. We got Pumpkin Spice and Everything Nice, October 22nd, Donahue 344 at 1:30 to 3 p.m. Again, that's Donahue 344, 1:30 to 3 p.m. Cozy fall vibes, pumpkin painting, games, warm drinks, snacks, come as you are. Leave with a pumpkin and see you there. So that is next Wednesday from 1:30 to 3 p.m. We got a new music PSA, valid indefinitely. WCCH is looking for new music to play. We want to make WCCH the best radio station in Western Mass, and maybe even the world. So if you'd like your music to be featured on the station, shout us a DM on Instagram at 1035 WCCH or email your MP3 files to Professor Pat at plabelle@hcc.edu. And shout out Pat, he's doing great. He's the general manager now and he's loving it here, and I'm glad that we brought him back and that he's full-time because he's a really great guy. Thank you for your help in making CCH the best in variety. Also, shout out Pat for his song Ella Enchanted, which should be out on Spotify. Give it a listen. He's doing pretty good, and I liked the way that he performed. It went really well. So that's the PSAs we got. We also got other games going on for the NHL. We got the Rangers and Maple Leafs tonight. We have the Canadiens and Predators, the Kraken and Senators, Panthers, Devils, Jets, Flyers, Avalanche, Blue Jackets, Oilers, and Islanders, Canucks, Stars, like I said, Bruins, Golden Knights, Hurricanes, Ducks, and Penguins and Kings. So that will do it for the whole NHL talk. Major League Baseball postseason. We got Scherzer tonight against Castillo in Game 4. Toronto looking to even things up, and Seattle trying to take a commanding 3-1 lead. Last night, Toronto won 13-3 after a 5-run fifth inning that just kept letting on to innings to come, and a great performance by Shane Bieber. And whoever wins these next series goes to the Fall Classic, and to see who crowned the World Series champions in 2025. Dodgers looking to repeat as they have a 2-0 lead, and they're going into tonight with Glasnow on the bump, looking to go to a 3-0 lead in the National League Championship Series. And so far, things are going well. These series have been weird, obviously, when it comes to scoring. But, last night, like I said, Blue Jays had a big game. So Ashby and Glasnow, Scherzer and Castillo in both of these series. I know that Cody Bellinger opted out of his contract, same with Alex Bregman. But, some early things to mention, with the offseason. It's going to be interesting to see in the next few weeks to see who is the World Series champion and how the rest of these series play out. NFL Week 7 kickoff starts tonight with the Steelers and Bengals. The Steelers are playing well this year. They're having a good season. They're 4-1, taking on the 2-4 Cincinnati Bengals. Right now, it's just things are looking good on the Steelers side of things, and they're trying to get to 5-1 tonight with a win in Cincinnati. Would be good for them, of course. The Sunday slot, let's get a little recap. Last week, the Giants with a big win. For all you New York fans out there, a big win against the Philadelphia Eagles. Was not expecting that one bit. Not at all. I mean, I thought the game, this game was going to be something weird to see, but the Giants pulled off probably one of the best wins that they've had in years, and now they got to build up that momentum. Cam Scatterboo, 3 touchdowns. Jackson Dart doing Jackson Dart things. And the defense, Flott, Wardell Flott with a big pick. Almost was a pick 6. And then just putting down a great game against the Eagles was huge. And huge to see for the Giants. And maybe that's the start of something. I don't know yet. We'll have to see how all that works. But they won 34-17. And they're going to Denver this week. That has a tough defense. So this is going to be a tough task for the Giants. But let's see if they can build off that momentum going into Week 7 this Sunday at 4:05 p.m. The Giants are in Denver. How about the New England Patriots? Back in first place. They are 4-2 and having a great season so far. Drake May playing outstanding. I know that game referee-wise last week was pretty horrible with the Saints. I know that there were some terrible calls, and people were saying that it might be one of the worst ref games they've seen, and that's what I've heard. But the Patriots are in Tennessee. Mike Vrabel facing his former team. That's going to be something to see. The Pats are 4-2, taking on the 1-5 Titans. That's also going to be my lock of the day. And they're looking to get to 5-2 and take care of business in Tennessee. In other news, we have the Lions. We have the Lions on the bye week this week. They are not playing. We have the Rams and the Jaguars. Another international game at 9:30 a.m. on Sunday. So get your Sunday started off with a little Rams and Jaguars coming your way. Both teams are 4-2. That's going to be a good game. That'll be nice to see. We got the Saints and the Bears. The Bears. The Saints, 1-5, coming off a loss to New England. And the Bears coming off a win. The Giants were the only team last week in their division to win. Dallas lost to Carolina. Giants beat the Eagles. And the Bears beat the Commanders. So that was good to see. I understand the Giants are still last in their division. But, I don't remember the last time all that's happened all in 1 week. So that was big to see. I think I got the Bears winning. Actually, I want to see the Giants pull off something against Denver. I'm going Giants this week. I'm going to take the Rams over the Jaguars in a 9:30 game in London. I'm going to take Miami over Cleveland, even though that game's going to, both teams are 1-5, so that'll be something. We have the Raiders and the Chiefs this week. I think that Kansas City is going to get it done. They ended up beating the Lions last week on Sunday Night Football. Patrick Mahomes had a big week. I heard that he's climbing back up on the whole MVP conversation as well. So I think the Chiefs get something done there and get over 500 and get to 4-3. We got Philadelphia and the Vikings. I'm going to take Philadelphia in this game. I think they're going to have a bounce back week over Minnesota. And Carolina is against the Jets this week. I think Carolina's going to take it. I got New England over Tennessee. Indianapolis is at the Chargers. I think Indiana Jones and the gang's going to get it done, and they're going to get to 6-1 on the season. What a story for them, though. Daniel Jones, first year in Indianapolis, comes in and just starts playing amazing and having a good season. In the conversation for sure with comeback player of the year. It's quite insane to see what he's done and to in the aspect of it, with being with the Giants for about 6-7 years of his career, and then just things goes sideways. He leaves the Giants, things start to look up, and he starts playing well. And I feel like I've said before, when it comes to players, after they leave New York, just New York teams in general, they go off and just complete what they were sent to do and just start playing great. And Daniel Jones, couldn't be happier for him. They're having a great season, 5-1, looking to get to 6-1. This week, against the Chargers. So, good for him, and good for the Colts. Having a good season, and who knows, maybe that's something to look out for later on. 100%. And we got the Green Bay Packers and the Arizona Cardinals this week. In Arizona, I'm gonna take Green Bay in this game over Arizona. I think that Green Bay is going to get to 4-1-1. They're looking to get their third straight win, and Arizona's on a little bit of a slump. And we got the Commanders and Cowboys. We got a divisional matchup coming up this week. I think that Washington takes it. I don't really think Dallas is very good. So, and then we got the Sunday night game with the Falcons and the Niners. I think that the 49ers are going to win this game. I'm hearing that Brock Purdy, there's a chance that he can be back. I know that he's been hurt for a couple weeks. I'm hearing that George Kittle's probably going to be playing. He's going to return. I think the 49ers get to 5-2 on the season. We have the Monday night games, which are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Detroit Lions. I think the Lions are going to take it at home. I think they're going to have a bounce back week and get to 5-2 after losing to the Chiefs on primetime last week. And we have the Texans and the Seahawks at 10 o'clock on Monday night. And Seattle will take that at home. So that covers week 7. Patriots back in first place. This week taking on Tennessee. Like I said, that's the lock of the day. Giants looking to build off that big win against Philadelphia now in Denver, which is going to be tough. So that's another thing to look out for next week. We're going to get to a little bit of some local sports as well. I'm going to check out how our Holyoke Community College teams are doing, how other colleges around here are doing, before we wrap up on Midday with the Raj on 103.5 WCCH. Thank you for listening in again. So before we wrap up, I'm going to get a little updates for sports for college. I know that we have some fall sports looming right now. And currently, Saturday, our boys' soccer team is playing at 1 o'clock here against Roxbury. And then their next game will be the 21st at Quinceton Community College. So we got a few games coming up for them. For the girls' side of things, they have a game here against Bay Path Saturday. So it looks like a doubleheader for the boys' team and the girls' team here at HCC Cougars. They're playing Bay Path at 3:30, and then they play Bristol Community College at 4 o'clock on Wednesday of next week. So there's your update when it comes to sports here at Holyoke Community College. For Westfield State side of things, I'm going to mention some of the sports that's going on there with see how they're doing. Looks like things are a little slow here, but I have a couple minutes left on the show. Next week, I believe my guest is going to be Pops Thielen, is going to be coming on next week for shout out DJ Pops and Hips. He's going to be coming on the show next week to run down some sports with me, and we'll see how everything goes. But that'll do it for Midday with the Raj today. Thank you for listening on 103.5 WCCH. I hope everybody has a great rest of the week and great weekend. And I'm believing we're supposed to have some pretty good weather. So stay tuned to next week from 1 o'clock to 2 p.m. every single week at 103.5 WCCH. Thank you for listening. Have a good weekend, everybody.